Hey everybody, it's Ted Bogert. Welcome back to the TED Show. I'm super excited to have this bright, young entrepreneur on my show. She's got a fantastic story, and it's an honor to call her my friend. Please help me welcome September Novella, the one and only September, one word, to the TED Show. Hey September, how you doing today?
Hello. I'm great. How are you?
I am fantastic. Been looking forward to this. Love your energy, and we are recent friends, and there's a whole story there too. But
Right.
when you meet somebody and you just know, and it was meant to be, and you were meant to be friends, and you're at the right place at the right time,
Mhm.
it all works out. And I'm so glad it did because I really feel like you're an inspiration. You've got great energy
Thank
and
you.
a fantastic story to share. So let's get to it. I want the
Great.
audience to learn about you. So give us a little 411 on the one and only September.
Perfect. So, hello everyone. I am September. For sure, starting my journey. I'm new still to Florida. I came to Florida when I was 16. I chose to make that decision because I'm from Ohio. Ohio really doesn't have a lot going for itself. It's just a really small country area. You know, everybody and their mama around the country, well, around a little city that we have.
I
So for
love it.
sure, like I wanted to expand because I grew the passion of cooking and baking. Like I've been doing it ever since I was 2 with my dad, watching him. My mama can't cook though. She's the microwave queen, but it's okay. We still love it though. So just learning it
Dad
from
good.
my
Dad good.
dad's
Dad
side.
good.
I still learned a little bit. I learned how to cook eggs in the microwave, which is crazy, but it's okay. But just learning it from my dad's side of the family for sure, and then a little bit from my mom's side. But just watching how passionate my family is because we have a lot of entrepreneurs that have their own restaurants and everything. So I thought it was amazing. And I'm just like, I want to be a cook. Like I want to be a baker. I can do that too. So I was looking into schools, and then my mom was like, "Well, your aunt is in Florida. Go live with your aunt because I normally go there every summer in Florida, and then find a school there, get into school." So I called her. She agreed to it because I'm only 16. I can't live on my own just yet. So we did
Right.
that. I found the school I was going to go to, the high school. I found a culinary program I can get into, which was a 2 year. So I was a junior in high school. So I was like, that's perfect. I'll graduate the same time in both programs, basically, in school and the program. So I did that. It was phenomenal. I did cooking competitions. I was on TV, always got first place.
Nice.
It was amazing. I loved it.
So
I was
what's your specialty? What's your specialty? What's your
so
thing?
for sure, with being in the culinary program, we cooked a lot of like bougier things, but I love just that home cooked soul food meal where I love doing smothered pork chops and gravy with twice baked potatoes and some broccoli on the side. Oh my goodness, so good.
I love it. I'm starving.
Thank you. But just doing that for myself, I was so excited. I was passionate. And then I knew that I made a promise to my family that I was going to go big. So I told them I'm going to get into college, I'm going to do what I have to do and just put my name out there. But going along the process of going in high school and just figuring out more about myself and what I want to do, I'm just like, I'm more passionate on the baking side. Even though I'm in culinary, I can cook, but I love baking. I love making the sweets. I love making the creme brulees, the cupcakes, the brownies, everything. So when I figured that out, I started researching, and I was like, do I really need a diploma to be a baker? And I want to be an entrepreneur, so I want to have my own bakery. And so I looked at that. I was like, okay, I can go to another program or I can go into college. But I'm just like, me going to college, I'm going to get into debt. I'm going to get a diploma, and then I'm not trying to work for anybody else. I'm not trying to go under them. So why would I do that to myself? Go in debt and then just wish for the best. And basically, the money that I'm using for college, I could be using to open my own business.
Good.
So just going into that zone and just thinking about it when I'm like 16, 17, about to turn 18, I try to speak it over with my family. I was scared how they were going to react because I was so big on going to college for cooking. And so whenever I started making this decision, I started telling them one by one, from my dad, my sister, to my mom, to my aunt that I lived with. And then just seeing how my family was reacting, it hurt me because they was like, no, you told us you're going to college. You told us you're doing this. If that was the case, we would have never let you move. And I was so hurt because I'm just like, wait, everybody was just supporting Seppi. That's what they call me, Seppi. And I was like, dang, like what did I do wrong? Like I'm an honor roll student, 4.0 GPA in both schools that I go to. I got diplomas and everything, certificates. I'm just like, I'm doing everything right that they wanted me to do to be proud of me. And it was like, it wasn't enough. I had to go to college. So it hurt me. But I was like, you know what? This is my life. I'm going to live September's life, whether they're going to support me or not. So going
Good
through
for
that
you.
journey, I was sadly kicked out the house before 4 days before my graduation because they said if you're not going to college, we are not going to house you, basically. So I was okay with that. I supported that. I was like, that's fine. I made a decision on my own. I'm going to figure it out on my own. So 4 days before I graduated high school and from the culinary school, I lived in a hotel. I was with a prior ex, so we were doing it together. We were both still in high school. I was just trying to make ends meet. Basically, I was still a server at Dave and Buster's, and as much as I wanted to be sad, I just had to keep supporting myself and knowing my worth. So I just kept pushing and pushing and pushing, and then of course it's been a roller coaster for sure. Where I'm just like, I don't know if I can do this. Maybe I should go back home, like my mom said I should, or should I just give up? And I'm just like, that's not who I am. I'm not gonna give up because there's probably a lot of people that are like me or even worse off or whatever the case may be. So I'm just like, no matter what I go through, I need to keep showing up for myself. So I kept working harder. I worked at Dave and Buster's, like, I mean, over 40 hours doing the whole shebang, trying to make my money, make ends meet. Then trying to figure out where I can get an apartment to live at. Thankfully, I had people that supported me and that helped me get that apartment. And then, of course, another roller coaster came in my life where I was in an abusive relationship. It hurt. It was horrible. It broke me down a little bit. But then no matter what, I'm just like, this is not going to stop me. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep moving. And I'm going to do what I wanted to do. In the midst of all of that, I'm still baking, showing off my bakery, just making myself happy because when I'm baking, I'm in my zone. I'm in my happy place. My spirit is there. So I'm just like, I'm going to keep doing this no matter what's going on the outside.
Where do you get that spirit from? Do your family have that tenacity, that resilience, or have you always had that? Because it's a lot. I mean,
Yeah.
losing that support when you're just graduating high school, it's a lot that you have been through. So where does that come from?
For sure. I grew up with just my mom basically and my grandma, my grandparents, and just seeing how dedicated my mom was because she's been in school ever since she graduated high school. And just seeing how motivated she is no matter what, and just living her life, traveling, doing everything. She's like, September, no matter what I do, I'm going to live my best life because I only live once. So whether I'm in school or out of school, I'm going to stay motivated. So I'm going to go do my thing. And I was like, I'm going to do that too. Like my mama taught me right. No matter what I want to do, you got to live for yourself. So
That's
whatever
good.
you want to do, you got to make sure that you're in your own zone and dedicated to it and never giving up.
So how did it turn out? So you're baking, you're still baking, obviously.
Yeah.
You still love to bake. But I'd say recently have shifted. You've shifted. You've taken that entrepreneurial spirit, that's
Yeah.
resilience, that tenacity, and you've ventured it because an entrepreneur, once an entrepreneur, always an entrepreneur. And it can be a
Always.
multiple things.
Yes.
So I'm sure you haven't given up on that particular side of the dream,
Mhm.
but you have some new dreams. You have a new focus, a new way, a new place. So talk about that.
So beyond excited, actually, I went to a pop-up shop with my baked goods with my recent partner, LT. She was like, let's just go out there and show people what you bake. And I was like, okay, like I never done a pop-up shop, whatever that is. So we went to a pop-up shop. It was like a little like there's like probably only 10 other people there. And of course, everybody's mixing and mingling with each other. And then this one lady that was so nice to us, her name was Melinda. She was across from us and they were just talking about what they do. And at the moment, I'm not thinking of it because I'm thinking about me and what I got going on. But her and my partner started talking. They're talking about their license and what they did in the past. And then she's like, you two are phenomenal. You two should come to the office with me and just see what I do basically and who we are. We were like, sure, we're not doing nothing else. Let's go. And it was on a Saturday. So of course, she's like business professional. So we dressed up. We were excited. We're like, oh, new journey, new opportunity. Like, let's do this. Like, we don't want to keep being servers. So then when we went there, the atmosphere, the environment, the mentorship they had, everything was energy, everything was vibes. I was like, oh my gosh, this is better than anything else I've seen. It's like if you went to a club with all the hype music and all the energetic people, but business wise. And I was like, oh my gosh, like I've never seen this before. And just to find out that it was in financial services, I was like, I just graduated high school and my program, I don't know what financial services is. I was just told, go to school, graduate, go to college, graduate, try to figure out your career and work until you die. So when they said financial services is to help families grow and protect their money, I'm just like, more people need to hear about this. More people need to know about this, because a lot of people in all communities, everybody, they don't know about financial services. They don't know about their finances. Their finances are going downhill, whether it's going to college, being in debt, medical bills, everything. So
They
just,
don't know how to. They don't know how to. We're not taught that, right? And
yes,
unless you have a mentor or you have enough money to pay somebody all the
right,
time to do that, it's a struggle for people.
right.
What I love out of that, I'm assuming, and we'll get more into financial
Okay.
services in a bit, but is that where Impact the Culture was born?
Yes, of course, because just seeing how diverse that their community was for sure, in just the business environment, I'm just like, wow, you have everyone from African Americans, Caucasians, Hispanics, Latinos. You have it all here, where you have people even from like Germany, from Canada. You have people from all over. And I'm just like, wow, like you guys are making an impact. And I'm just like, I want to do that for my community. I want to do that for my partner's community, because we didn't grow up with money. We don't have a lot of money like everybody else does. We grow up just barely getting by. So just knowing that there's more families like that and more friends and everything, we want to be able to be their outlet to life, showing them that there's opportunity, showing them that there's more than just working, 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 and then dying one day. We don't want that. We're just like, we need to live our life. We need to go travel, make sure we look good, buy what we want to buy. So just making sure that we're impacting our culture, no matter what culture it is, we want to be that voice for them, because we are going to
And
say,
I feel like you do. One of the things that I loved when we first met, just the energy that you and LT have, and the passion about what you do and how you're impacting people.
yeah,
To me, that is what comes across the strongest. And
right,
so instead of it just being this business opportunity and or this, hey, y'all need to have some financial services
right,
education, this is what you believe in passionately. You
yes,
believe and that the products and services are amazing, but the business opportunity is just a beautiful thing. So talk about that, because I think a lot, in our industry,
mm,
and if you all don't know, I'm a licensed. I have my license, life and health license. In that industry, we get a bad rep, and rightfully so, because there's a lot of shysters out there. There's a lot of people telling a lot of people things that they either aren't licensed to or they shouldn't be.
right,
There's a lot of stuff that goes on. So of course people are afraid or leery of that. So talk about financial services and how you have brought that in as far as a business goes and talking to people.
right. Of course. So with developing the finance basically opportunity, just breaking it down from where are people financially, because financially people, like how I said earlier, they're in debt going to school, they're in debt from bills maybe they've had, credit cards. Just knowing that people are basically not making enough, from not even just the income to not having savings to now having debt having to worry about, it's like no one has any freedom. So just knowing that and them breaking it down to us, because every day they train us, every single day. They train us to help our business grow. They train us basically to help more families and communities. Just doing all of this and breaking it down step by step, I'm just like, why don't enough people know about this? Of course, a lot of people, when they hear about any insurances, they just think, oh, you just want basically to put money on me, so when I pass away, I'm covered. That's not the case. You
No.
can basically, this is what a lot of the wealthy people are doing. They're using their life insurance. So you're able to open your business. You're able to go to school. You're able to do so many things and opportunities without using any money in your pocket. If we
Right.
would have been known this, we would have all been doing this, and we would have all been wealthy right now and living
So
our life
true.
to how we want to live our life truly, instead of having to go into the system that we were told that we have to do. They're trying to keep everything a secret from us, and there's no longer going to be a secret. That is our job as impacting the culture. We are going to let everybody know about this opportunity, because there's no more hush mouth.
No more hush. What I
No.
love, what I love about the company that we work with and
Mhm.
that I'm affiliated with too, is the education and their belief as a company
Right.
is the same as you are talking about preaching and in a positive way, preaching. This is your ministry, and so for them, I believe it's their ministry too. So
Yes.
it trickles down. They believe in the products and they believe in the opportunity
Yes.
for people to not only utilize their life insurance, utilize the financial services side for that, but also to build a business, to be an entrepreneur in a world where this particular product is needed, should be needed and had by everybody. There's not anybody who should not be talking about that. So kudos to them, because I think they do a phenomenal job of not only keeping you all educated, but keeping you empowered. Which I know is part of your word there. So impact, empower. Let's talk a little bit about one of the things I mentioned earlier is that there's a lot of interesting characters out there in our industry.
Right.
And how do you approach it different when, let's say somebody's watching this and goes, I really want to talk to September. I'm fascinated by her and I want to learn more.
Right.
How does that conversation go? Because I want people to understand it's not this sit down, sign this, not listen to you, take it or leave it. You are very engaged and involved in the discussion and you listen. So talk about the process.
So for sure with the process, depending on like who would want to know more, even just getting to know me more, we love to sit down with everybody that we talk to, because at the end of the day, when we sit down with you, we're not sitting down with you and just talking to you like you're just some stranger or a friend or whatever. We're talking to you like you're one of our family members. So we want to get to know you from beginning to end, everything about you. We just want to get to know you as a person. So then we can not even just grow with the trust, but just to grow with the friendship, just to grow. So, like September has my back. This company has my back. No matter what happens to me, no matter what's going on, they have my back. And a lot of businesses are not like that. A lot of people in general are not like that. They just want to basically sign this, do this, that's it. No, we want to have a conversation. We want to talk to you. We want to see you. We want to hang out with you, basically. Just being completely different than other companies and businesses, that is what we are. For sure.
And you support the thing that I want you all to understand is that coming in and talking to September, let's say you get past your fear, which I encourage you to, of sitting down and she's going to, I don't know, arm wrestle you to the floor and then make you sign paperwork. The whole gist of this is an opportunity for not just generational wealth on the business side, but growing any kind of business that you want, and the services, products and services that September and LT and the team offer really are absolutely amazing. They're unique. And we're going to do some webinars coming up, honestly, to talk about some of these unique opportunities, because when I sat down and listened, and remember, I've been in this since before you were born, I've had my license since 1993, people. I just had never heard anything like it. I had never seen anything work like this does. And it obviously you have to do your research and you have to talk to people, but you want someone who's there. Even if you come into it just for the product side, it's worth your time. And I just want to encourage you all, make your decisions, but get with September and listen to some of the webinars that we're going to do. Because I believe the same as you. I've always believed in life insurance as a vehicle. This particular vehicle, though, is unique. And it's got a fantastic history and a really, really good setup. And the way that it works, I think, is unique, which we will talk about. I don't want to talk about here, but I do want to talk about on the webinars we have coming up. What about on the business side? So let's say somebody comes in and says, all right, September, I'm interested. I'm a serial entrepreneur. I'm a serial, I don't know, network marketing person. What's the latest and greatest? What are some of the things you talk to them about from the business perspective?
For sure. Just starting it off, of course, being very excited for them that want to start this journey and being an entrepreneur, just getting to know them as a person, but also getting to know their dreams and their goals for themselves. We want to know your why. Why do you want to do this? Is it for yourself? Is it for your family? Is it for your kids? We want to be able to sit down with you and just understand that and be on the same page. So no matter what, if you have a good day or bad day, we're able to hold you accountable for one and be like, hey, you came into this business in this company because you wanted to make an impact on your family, on your kids, on yourself. You wanted to change something in your journey. So we want to help you there. So if you're open to that, then that's what we would do. We just want to make sure that you have, even if you don't have a goal or a dream set, at least you know your why. Like, why am I going to do this? Do I want to change my life? Do I want to change my journey? At least you're knowing your why, and we take it from there. Because once we start with your why, you'll rock it off. And we
You
promise
will.
every step of the way.
Rock it off. And I can't stress it enough that one of the many things that I love about September and LT is that their passion is real. I can shut the camera off on this, and you're going to get the same exact September in person, the same exact enthusiasm and excitement and true passion about what they do. And so, of course, it's not right for everybody, but if you all are out there and looking for something to really sink your teeth in, there are many ways that you can do this, and the company as a whole supports you. And of course, September and LT and the entire team do the same. So her website is scrolling. It's impacttheculture.com, impacttheculture.com. You can find her on social media, which we have all over the place. We want you to explore. We want you to feel good about it. And if this show doesn't convince you, then sign up for some of the webinars. Keep an eye out on my link tree, which is also scrolling across the bottom there. We'll have some webinars coming up. I just want to ask one last question. It's a personal question, because I think that you have overcome a lot, and you have been driven and resilient. I used that word earlier. When I say the word hero to you, who is the first person who comes to mind?
Hero for sure. Other than just myself, it's my mom.
Tell me why.
Even though we butted heads because I didn't go to college, she's always been there in my corner since I was a little peewee. Of course, I came out of her, but just knowing and hearing the things that she went through while I was here, when I didn't even know, I'm just like, she's such an powerful woman. She never gave up, no matter what came her way, and all the bumpy roads that she's went through. She's been there to support me. No matter what I wanted to do, she was like, I'm going to support you to the fullest. Even though you get on my nerves, but I still love you. I'm going to support you. So
that's how parenting works.
Oh my goodness. It makes me want to cry every time. I'm just like, Mom, I'm so proud of you. I tell her that all the time. I'm just like, you are a phenomenal woman, and I am so blessed to have you as a mom. So very touching.
Beautiful. All right. Y'all reach out to September. I love it. Impact the culture. Yeah. She's amazing. Again, just as much a beautiful, wonderful person in person as she is here. Stay tuned for our webinars. Keep an eye out on that on my link tree. But if you're curious, you want somebody to take a look at your financial services, you want to learn more, even the basics about financial services, do me a favor. Don't listen to those crazy, horribly produced commercials on TV. Get with somebody that you can get to know and who really wants to know your why. September, that was amazing. Thank you so much. Hugs to LT and Miriam and everybody over there. We'll see you guys soon. Go to impacttheculture.com. Bye, everybody.